All right, it's time to have a serious talk about that voice inside you. You know the one I'm talking about, your gut, your intuition, your spirit. Call it whatever you want. Your soul's compass, God, the universe, your higher power. The name doesn't matter. What matters is that you've got it. It's a voice, a guiding force that's there to steer you right if you let it. Now here's the thing. Most of us get to know our intuition the hard way, by ignoring it. We push it aside like a plate of cold green beans we don't want to eat. And then, surprise, surprise, things don't turn out the way we hoped. Maybe it's a relationship gone wrong, a bad purchase, or a job that feels like a trap. We've all been there. Remember that time you had a nagging feeling about someone, thought, not really sure about this person, kinda seems like an asshole. But you went ahead anyway, dated them, maybe even married them. How's that working out for you? On the flip side, sometimes you'll have a great idea, a gut feeling that screams, yes, but then that pesky voice of logic and reason pops up, and you talk yourself out of it. Later you realize your first instinct was right all along. Think back. I bet you can remember a time when your intuition was loud and clear. Maybe it was about a person, a job, or an opportunity. Did you listen? And if you didn't, how did that turn out? Now don't go beating yourself up if you ignored your intuition. Most of us learn what it sounds like by not listening to it at first. Take my word for it, I've been there. Right after my divorce, I dated a woman who turned out to be a total nightmare.
What was the
I
most...
remember on our first date, I had this uneasy feeling. Couldn't put my finger on it, but something wasn't right. But I ignored it. She was tall, beautiful, charming, and funny as hell. I thought she was Miss Right. On our second date, my gut was practically screaming at me to run. I didn't listen, and few months later, the whole thing blew up in my face. Here's the thing, intuition isn't complicated. It's not rocket science. It doesn't require a lot of thinking, energy, or any special powers. It just needs to be listened to. Here's what intuition might look like. Listening to those aha feelings, even if they don't fit the picture of how you think things should be. Paying attention to your body's signals and avoiding people who drain your energy. Trusting those good kind of goosebumps that say, hell yes, when you're making a decision. Taking action on what moves and inspires you, rather than relying solely on logic. If you're struggling to hear your intuition, don't worry. There are ways to strengthen your ability to listen to it. Now, I know this might sound a bit woo-woo, but bear with me. This stuff works if you give it a shot. Start by asking your intuition questions. Ask out loud or write them down. What do you want to know? Here are some examples. What do I know to be true here? Is this a hell yes for me? What does my heart truly want? Then get quiet, wait, and listen. Your intuition's answer is usually the first thing that comes to you. Remember, it might not be what you want to hear. We tend to filter these messages, only wanting to act on the ones that are easy or guaranteed. But life doesn't work that way. Also, pay attention to your body. If you feel a heaviness or darkness, that's your intuition telling you the answer is no. Now, a lot of people confuse fear with intuition. It's a common question. How do you tell the difference? Here's how. 1. Fear lives in your head. Intuition is in your heart and body. Fear is loud, intrusive, and insistent. Intuition is more of a whisper, unconnected to the outcome. 2. Fear is dark and brings physical reactions, sweating, adrenaline, freaking out. Intuition feels lighter, even when it's telling you something tough. Fear makes you want to run and hide. Intuition gives you the courage to move forward, despite the dangers. 3. Fear is all about worst-case scenarios. Intuition is focused on the present. If you're spinning wild stories of disaster, that's fear talking. Here's the bottom line. Your intuition is your biggest fan. It's your watchdog, your bodyguard. It's got your back always. Think of it as a fierce and sweet pit bull in angel form. There's nothing else like it. and it never gives up on you. All you have to do is listen.